Hello, I'm Lucia. In this splits tutorial, I will explain how you can apply assisted stretching techniques so you can achieve deeper flexibility needed to perform the splits or Hanumanasana. The tutorial includes a warm-up with moon salutations and some preparatory poses. However, it's best your body is already warmed up before trying this tutorial. You can subscribe and turn on notification bell for weekly videos upload. Practice often, but don't rush into the splits as it takes time for your body and your hips and hamstrings to become more flexible.
Come with the feet hip distance apart or together, but I would suggest hip distance apart, just feels nicer. And then breathe the arms up. As you're going to breathe out, you're going to come and to your left side. Breathe in to rise, breathe out to the right side. Breathe in, bring your left knee up and then just lunge it so you can come into goddess Utthita Konasana. So you can bring your hands if you want in Jnana Mudra here and this fingers, the indexes and thumbs together if it feels good. Tuck the tailbone in and then just extend everything, 5-point star. Now bring your right foot in, your left foot out so it's parallel to the big side of the mat. Extend your arms to the side, come into a triangle. Hands to the chin and then breathe out here into a triangle. And then look down. You're going to bring this hip down, so you square the hips now to the floor. We're coming up into pyramid Parsvanasana. So you can bring the fingertips light on the floor. Try to keep this front leg straight if you can, or just micro bend that knee. Breathing in and trying to breathe out, bringing the chest closer to the leg. And then you're going to bend both knees, bring the hands to the floor. Drop the knee at the front, drop the toes there at the back. And let's come into Anjaneyasana low lunge. Breathing in and breathing out, squeezing the body if you want some back bend here. And then bring the hands down and then just bring the hands here so the fingers are pointing to the big edge of the mat. Now you're going to tuck the toes at the back, lift both heels, pivot through the pads of the feet, and then you can come into a squat here. So the heel can be high and you can be with your hands here. Flex that foot. If you can bring the heel all the way down, great. You can still keep the hands here if you want, or you can bring them into a prayer pose, okay? Anjali Mudra. And now you're going to bring the arms away, diagonal but parallel, shoulder distance apart. Press it here, bring the weight forward to your hands, lift the hips, and change to the side in a position that feels right for you. From here, bring the hands to the front, pivot through the back foot, square the hips to the front, drop the knee, come into your low lunge, breathing in and breathing out. Dropping the hands, tucking the toes at the back, coming into Parsvanasana, so pyramid pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Now bring your right hand to your ankle or to your chin to come into a triangle pose. Now from here, press deeply on your front foot on the floor to come out into a 5-point star and back into a goddess pose. And now from here, your right leg is going to lift and come to your left. Arms up, breathe out to the right, breathe in, breathe out to the left, back to the center. You can release your arms, you're going to start again on that direction. So let's breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathe in, you're going to lift your right knee and you're going to step out into a goddess pose. Really deeper if you can here. If you want to play around with it, you can even lift the heels if it feels good. Drop it and come into your 5-point star. Turn turn your left foot in, your right foot out, open the arms, triangle pose. Breathing in, really make sure this hip is really high. Finding that place where it feels good to be. Keep opening the shoulder at the top, opening the chest. Pranavayu here and Vayanavayu. Now bring the hip down, squaring those hips to the floor, looking down. Fingertips slide, you can just stay here if you want to. If you want more, as you breathe out, bring your chest closer to your leg. Now bend the knees, drop it and release the toes at the back. Low lunge, breathing in, breathe out. Release the hands. Bring in again the fingers pointing to the big edge of the mat, and then tuck the toes, pivot, 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 and coming to that squat with extended leg. Knee cap is pointing to the ceiling, as so are the toes. Now bring those arms parallel and then just place them away from you. Bring the weight into the hands, lift the hips, change sides, find your squat. Bring the hands to this side, pivot, come into your low lunge. Breathing in, breathing out. Releasing, tucking the toes at the back, coming into a Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring your left hand to your ankle and find your triangle. Breathe in and breathe out. From a triangle, press deeply on the front foot. So you might need to micro bend the knee, and that's okay. So press the floor away so you can come into a 5-point star. Turn your toes to the outside and then sink into your goddess. Maybe again lifting those heels if it feels good. Releasing back down. And now we're going to bring our left leg back to the right. Breathe in and breathe out. Side flexion, breathe in and breathe out to the right. Breathe into the center, release your arms. All right, so now we're really warmed up to continue. Let's come into a downward facing dog. So face the back of your mat. Feet hip distance apart. Roll all the way down. And then just walk your hands until you find that dog. Find your dog. And then from here, we're going to go into our first preparatory pose. We're going to go into a low lunge. So bend the knees and bring your back foot, so your right foot, to the front. Drop the back knee, so the left knee. And come into your low lunge here, breathing in. And then we're going to release the hands here and just stay here. So we're going to apply time and the passive tension here. Just breathing. Now we're going to try and come with opening the toes a little bit further out, and maybe even bringing the heel a bit further out, and we're going to try and apply time and a passive tension here too. So maybe coming into your forearms, maybe you need some bricks here. So if you bring some bricks, maybe you can be higher here. Just stay for a little while here. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. And again, breathe in. So this lizard pose, Uttan Prishtasana modification. Time and the passive tension. And now from here, you're going to press through the hands, bring your right hand to the other side of the hand, and we're going to try and extend this leg, the front leg, your right leg, and just drop the hips to the back. And then we're going to go front again and back. So now what we're going to do is just spinning 2 or 3 breaths here, really feeling the stretch here on your hamstrings, and then we're going to do the stretch reflex. So we're going to turn off the stretch reflex by bending. So the muscle spindles, stretch receptors stopped firing, and now we can go back and maybe can deeper. Breathing in and breathing out. And then again, we're going to flex the knee, bend the knee, wait for a little bit, and then try to see if you can even come even deeper, bringing your hips forward, feeling that moving, the stretch moving through your butt and in your lower back and all of your back. So we play a bit also with the origins and insertions of the muscles. All right, now stay here. Now we're going to apply some PNF on this position. So we're trying to stretch the hamstrings, right? So what we're going to do is that we're going to bring the heel towards the knees and the knee towards the heels. Like imagine that you're in a very slippery mat, so slippery that you can't stay in this position. So your body's really trying to squeeze together. So you're going to squeeze the heel to the knee to the heel. You can keep your hands very light here just for balance, okay? Let's go. PNF 10 seconds. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, so we were contracting the hamstrings that we tried to stretch. And now try to come back and try just to notice if you can come deeper. Breathing in and breathing out. PNF is amazing. It just makes you go so much deeper, relaxing your hamstrings. All right. So we're going to go and we're going to do the attempt of the splits on this side. So you're going to need bricks. You're going to need probably one more or even a block. So blocks and bricks. So what we're going to do, come into a tabletop, bring your right leg forwards like you had, and just come and place maybe a block and a brick to start with here, right? Under your hip. Okay? And then you can bring these ones here to the sides so you can stay here. So you can bend this knee quite a lot. You can try to bring this knee to the back. So if you need some protection, bring a blanket or something at the back. But try to square those hips to the front. Stay here, straight back, knees still bent. Now you're going to try and press the hands on the block so you can release the leg and straighten the knee. Okay, now knees straighten. All right, guys, what shall we apply now? Shall we apply inhibition, muscle inhibition? Okay, so let's squeeze the quads to relax the hamstrings, okay? But because we're sitting on some bricks here on the hamstrings, let's just use our bricks here so we can lift a little bit, but we're still squeezing our quad. We're going to lift to release the hamstrings, squeezing the quads, okay? So everybody bring the kneecap up, squeeze the quads, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then relax. You might notice that you're good to take one of the props at least. So try. And then we can do it again. So we're going to press through the blocks. We're going to lift a little bit so we can release the hamstring there. And we're going to squeeze the quads at the front. All right, reciprocal inhibition. Squeeze the quads at the front, squeeze, feel them really hardening there. And then gently, gently start to releasing and see if it feels more comfortable for you. Maybe you can even remove the other prop. Alright, so now we're going to apply time and the passive tension. We're just going to stay here, hands out on the floor, on your bricks. Breathing in. And if you can come deeper, you can maybe completely relax here. Breathing in and breathing out. And then gently to come out of it, bring the hands down, push the floor away so you can release your legs, bend the back leg. And let's just have a little bit of leg release here. Shake the legs. One direction, the other. Let's do a little bit of our knee drop one side, the other. Oh, I can feel that on my bum, on those hip external rotators. Only on that side that we were doing the split. So now I'm going to feel it on the next. And it's the same. We've been working those muscles. And now we're going to try everything on the other side. So come into a tabletop. Circle the front leg or your left leg to the front and come into a low lunge. So the knee on top of your ankle and just relax here for a moment. So time and the passive tension. Breathing in and breathing out. Just breathing, not applying any effort, nothing. And then when you're ready, you can start maybe to see if it's in you today to open the toes out and maybe scoop the heel and move the foot a little bit further out and to the front. And then bring those bricks. And then perhaps you can come into your forearms. Breathing in, time and the passive tension, and breathing out. Maybe you want to support your forehead on a brick. Let's use our breathing in for 4, out through the mouth for 8. As you breathe and come deeper and maybe adjust your props. All right, we could stay here for longer, but we're running out of time. So shoulders on top of your wrists. Gently press the weight into your hands so you can release the back leg. You're going to bring your left leg outside and we're just going to try and flex the foot and see if we can sit a bit down here. Breathing in, breathing out, just finding that mild discomfort on the stretch here on your hamstrings. And then we're going to turn off the stretch reflex. So we're going to bend the knee. And we're also working with insertions and origins on this one, okay? We're going to create more space, pump more space from our muscles so we can gather that and then come deeper in our stretches. So breathing in, flexing the foot, getting that extra space here in between the insertions and the origins, and then pivoting through the pelvis here so we can come deeper. We gather that space and now we're going to bend the knee again, relaxing now the hamstrings. Relaxing those hamstrings, and when we're going to go deep again, we're going to try and see if we can come deeper with our torso so we can gather more space between the hamstrings, origins and insertion, and coming up to our gluteus. So let's try to extend the knee by contracting our quads. Breathing in, bring the chest closer, so feel now the stretch coming up your glutes, your hamstrings, breathing in and breathing out. Now you should feel the stretch coming up all the way up your back. And then release. Let's try a little bit of that PNF, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to bring the heel towards the knee towards the heel. Remember, slippery floor, slippery mat. So we try to be on the mat, fingertips slide, and let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Feel the release now in your hamstrings. Take that into your advantage. Breathe in and breathe out. Look how much deeper you can come. Release it. Let's come and attempt our splits Hanumanasana. So this pose, Hanumanasana, comes from Hanuman. Hanuman, one of the most adored figures in Hindu mythology, half human, half monkey. His father was the son of the god of the wind, and he is known. So let's bring this bricks to the side. Hanuman is known from his amazing leaps. So he would jump like amazing leaps, like doing the splits. His famous myth is going from India to Sri Lanka to save Sita, the wife of Ram. And this is from a story from the Ramayana from the 4th century BCA. So before Common Era. So bend the knee, relaxing those hamstrings here. And now what we're going to do, we're going to press the hands on the bricks. We're going to try and straighten the knee and flex the quads to relax the hamstrings, all right? Reciprocal inhibition. So let's go. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So Hanuman was amazing with his leaps. Another time he leaped all the way to Himalayas, the mountains, to get some medicine from plants. But then when he got there, he realized he went too fast. When Ram asked him to go, he didn't wait to get instructions of where those herbs were. So he took the whole mountain of the Himalayas back to Ram. And then poor thing had to go and put it back. All that, with his famous lips, with the splits, releasing down, noticing if you can come a little bit deeper, maybe taking a brick away. Time and the passive tension here a little bit. Just breathing in and out, trying to keep those hips level to the front, squared, lengthening from the crown of the head. Feeling those energies, the vayus at work here, helping you with your stretches. So Vayana Vayu, outwards energy, and then Udana Vayu to the sky, and the grounding energy, Samana Vayu, all helping also with our energy so we can stretch. Let's do one more time. Squeeze your quads, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Breathe and squeeze, and now as you release, stay where you are with your prop, just feeling the deeper stretch, or just releasing if it feels good. And then using these blocks here, breathing in, and just timing the passive tension. You can stay upright, or you can breathe in and just come lower. Breathing out, relaxing. You can do 4 in through the nose, 8 through the mouth. And you can stay a bit longer here. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Bring the weight into your hands so you can release the back leg gently, slowly, in control. And then just bring your legs together. Let's do a little bit more leg shaking. Shake the legs, proud chest, so you're not sinking here to the sides. And then just bend the knees, and again, a little bit of a release. Internal rotation of the hips here too. Just a nice reset.
I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like, and you're welcome to subscribe and follow me on social media, lucia.yoflow.